Phillips again, and Sunderland have scored.
Hello, well, how the devil is everybody? Hope he's alright. So we're back again with another video. The match preview of our FA Cup third round tie at the Stadium night against Stoke City. Sick of the sight of these, aren't we? That's 3 times we've played them in a short space of time. Now, I normally love the FA Cup weekend. It's normally my favourite time of the year, but actually this year it's not for me. Well, you're in the league, promotion has to be, the main objective. And I'm more than happy to see us play a reserve stroke youth team on Saturday against Stoke, if it means we can keep on this promotion push towards the Premier League. Now, before I get into the video, I just wanted to say a big shout out to Kevin Caden. So Kevin has become the 5th member on the channel. He joins Banks and Bell, Mel Lacey, Tim the Minion and Nut as channel members. Now, I didn't normally promote this, I didn't like asking for memberships and money, but it's 99 pence a month. Like I said, all the money gets reinvested back into the channel. So, even that like £4 or whatever it is off them 5 members, it's greatly appreciated because it gets reinvested and helps pay for the editing software and what have you that goes into the behind the scenes making of all the videos. So thank you very much for you 5 for becoming channel members. It's greatly appreciated. And it really does help the channel. But Stoke then, so managed by Mark Robbins, just getting the job. We all know about him, didn't we? From our battles in the past with Coventry. He took over at Stoke on the 1st of January. He's had 1 game, drew that 1 game. So can't really judge him. But we know, like I say, when he was with Coventry, 387 games in charge of Coventry, 154 wins, 106 draws, 127 defeats, a win percentage of 40% nearly. That's cracking that, managing over 387 games. In his career, he's managed over 780 games. What an achievement, what a manager. He was a great player when he was at Man United. So, he's been on the block loads of times. He knows the football inside out, but he is still getting used to the Stoke players. And he'll probably use Saturday as well to get a look at the squad, to see some of their fringe players, pretty much similar to us. They do have quite a few injuries as well. So I've gotten this off the internet. So Stoke fans, if you're watching, please let me know if this is wrong. But you can see here that Sam Gallagher is out until early Feb with a hamstring injury. Eric Bukat is out with a calf injury. Million Manhoef is out with a medial collateral ligament injury. Thompson is out with a leg injury. Ben Pearson out with a muscle injury. So some quite significant injuries there. Now they are struggling in the league, so they will welcome the break to play without a big pressure on them, and for different reasons. That they won't be bothered about progressing in the FA Cup either. I wouldn't have thought so. It's going to be a bit of a one of those games where it's a bit of a, I wouldn't say a nothing game, but it's a game where it's not really important in both sides' agendas for different reasons. Now for us, I think we'll probably make quite a few changes. We simply can't afford to lose the likes of Trey Hume, Chris Mepham, Wilson Isidore. We can't afford to be playing them players and getting injured. If you remember a couple of years ago when we were at Fulham, we played Ross Stewart in the FA Cup, and that's where he got injured, and from there he's never been the same player. So playing your important players in this competition is really not what I'd be doing, not what I'd be advising. I know we've got a threadbare squad to start with, but this is even more and more of a reason why we shouldn't be playing our big players. So I can see us lining up with a much changed side, looking something like this. So I think we might have Simon in goal. I think we'll have a back 4 that could look like Luke O'Nien, Zach Johnson, Leo Hilder, Dennis Serkin. In midfield we could have Abdullah Bar, Milan Alexic, Dan Neil and Adil Sheesh. And up front we could go with Aaron Conley and Nazari Russian. Now I know I've got Serkin in there and O'Nien in there and Dan Neil in there, but I think Dan Neil's the captain, so I think he'll play. I know we've got Saleh Samuel who's apparently going to be available for the game, but I just think he'd be on the bench and he'd probably play maybe the last half an hour And Luke O'Nien, Mr. Dependable, will play every game. He never seems to get injured. He just, plays and plays. So he'll probably play it right back. And Dennis Serkin, might be a few eyebrows raised at that, but I just think he needs the minutes. He came off the bench at the weekend to play the second half. So to get more minutes in the tank, try and get him back up to full speed. And I think we'll play him. I'm excited to see Saleh Samin. I'm hoping he's going to be a really, really good player. Chris Reig is also back, so he'll probably be on the bench as well and get some minutes. And hopefully, I hope we get to see young Trey Ogunsunyi. He's an exciting prospect. He's been linked with Liverpool in the past. He's scored loads of goals in the under-18s and under-21s. And I think it'll be great for him to get some minutes as well. We might also see on the bench the likes of Trey Hugh might be on the bench. Eliza Mayenda, Roberts, Job, in case the result isn't gone our way, for them to bring on, and change the game later on. But hopefully we'll not need them. Hopefully we can give these players, these fringe players a run out. Hopefully they can do the business. In the day they've got a point to prove. They want to be involved in the first team. So hopefully it'll be a decent game for them to step up in a competitive game to see how they get on. But I can see it being a really, really boring game, if I'm honest. Played in front of around 15 to 20,000 fans. It's not going to be one for the atmosphere. So we'll have to see how it pans out. But now, score predictions now at this cup fixture has a history of going to replays. Now we know that will not happen this year because the replays have been scrapped. Something what I think is a really, really bad move for the lower league sides, because when they've got these big sides at home, they get a draw and they can go to these big grounds, get a massive gate, and it's vitally important for lower league football. But the FA and the Premier League and the Wisdom have decided to scrap all these replays, and it's really, really poor in my eyes. But it is what it is. But like I say, this game has got a history on the replays. In 1892, we drew 2-2 and then beat them 4-0 away, beat them 4-0 at home. In 1932, we took 3 games, 2 draws, and then we finally lost 2-1. In 1952 was a replay at home. We then lost away. And then 1976 we drew out at Stoke, and then we beat them in the home. We beat them in the replay 2-1. But score predictions, I think this is going to be another draw, if I'm honest, based on the history in the FA Cup. I'm going to go for Sunderland 1, Stoke City 1, for us to win on penalties, just to sneak it. We'll see how we get on. But please submit your score predictions in the comments below. It will count towards the shirt competition. But I've gone for a 1-1 draw with us just to sneak it on penalties. Now, the Portsmouth game, there was only one person corrected a 1-0 win, which was Steve-IQ7GR, and gets 5 points. And you can see on the screen here, loads of you predicted the result. So Alex Dixon, Banks and Bell, Bill Hanley, Brian Greener, Chris Carter-Jackson, Colin Horton, David Brown, David Edwards, David Joblin, David Cade, David Newell, David Williams, D Hall, he's probably called David, Ibrahim Al-Mutwa, Elizabeth Eyre, Gary Hoyle, Gary Milburn, Jeff Woods, John Ruddock, John T, Kenneth Allen, Kevin Caden, Malcolm Donaldson, Mark Aki, Mel Lacey, Peter Smith, Ria Knight, Stuart Mack, Tim, the Man of the World, Tim the Minion, Tony Huntington, and me, Only Fools in the CFC, all predicted a correct result or a win and get 2 points each. Now, that then leaves the leaderboard looking like this. Now, without wanting to blow me on trumpet, obviously I'm not going to win the shirt for myself, but based on the predictions what I've made from the start of the season, I would have been sitting top on 46 points. So sorry, John Ruddock, but I would have been beating you. But obviously, I'm just doing it for a bit of fun. But the league table looks like this. So John Ruddock is out in front with 43 points. Mel Lacey second on 40. Tim the Minion on 37 in third. Peter Smith 36 points in fourth. Kenneth Allen 35 points in fifth. Ria Knight 34 in sixth. Chris Carter-Jackson 33 in 7th, John T and Stuart Mack in 8th on 29, Alex Dixon, Brian Green and D Hall are in 9th in 28 points, and Bill Hanley, David Edwards, David Newell, David Williams, Gary Hoyle all in the 10th place with 27 points. So get your score predictions in the comments below. Remember, you must be a subscriber to join this competition, so hit that subscribe button now if you haven't already. And we'll try, as you know, we're trying to get to 4,000 by the end of the year, and we're doing really, really well. But get them scorpions in and see if we can get on that leaderboard. Now, a little bit of transfer news then. So, outgoings, we know Job has been linked with Crystal Palace in recent days. £22 million, the figure being bandied about, but I'll be really surprised if Job leaves in the transfer window. He loves it here, he's settled here, and I think he'll probably give us to the end of the season. I think, you know, in the summer might be different, but I just think that the way we're playing, his interviews in recent weeks, he's more or less come out and said how he really loves the fans and the interaction with the fans and loves it here. I know money talks and what have you, but me personally, I would be very, very surprised if he left in the January transfer window. But we'll have to wait and see. But the really, really interesting piece of news that's come out in recent days is for this guy called Enzo Le Fee. Now, a loan with an option to buy. Now, from what I can see, this will be an absolutely amazing sign if it comes off, because, you know, what a cracking player he looks. He's worked with Regis Lebris when he was at Lorient. Now, reports all over Italy are claiming it's a done deal. But as always, until I see him at the academy like with a scarf, I'll not believe anything that's on social media. But when he was at Stade Rennais, he moved to Rome. When he was at Lorient, he moved to Stade Rennais for €20 million. He then moved from Rennais to Rome for €18 million. You know, he's had a combined transfer fees of €43 million in 2 transfers. Now, since he's gone to Roma, he hasn't really played. They call him a flop, but I don't think he could become a bad player overnight. Now, this guy called Matteo Moretta, who's one of the most prolific and best sources on football transfer market in Sky Italia, he's an expert in La Liga, Premier League and Serie A. He's reported that it's a done deal. So you can see on the screen there, exclusive confirmed, positive contacts for Enzo Le Fee at Sunderland. We are working on a loan with option to buy. Negotiations are ongoing. Now, it's since come out later on this afternoon, and there's another reporter reporting that it's a done deal. It's all been done, it's just waiting to be confirmed. But like I say, I'm not going to hold my breath until I see him at the Stadium of Light or the Academy of Light with the scarf picture. I'll not believe it. But like I say, Regis Lebris did give him his debut at Lorient, and Le Fee will know him well. And if he wants to restart his career or kickstart his career, what better way than to come and play for a coach who, you know, gave you your debut in football and helped them get that big money transfer move to where he went. So it's a case of watch this space, but for me, that will be an absolutely fantastic signing. Now, a lot of people are saying it might be a replacement for Job. I don't see it that way. I just think when we get all these players back fit, the likes of Salih Samed, and if he comes off Le Fee, that midfield will be absolutely fantastic, and he could be the player that we've just been waiting for in that midfield to make everything click together. We still need a centre forward in my eyes as well, and I'd still like to see cover at right back and left back. But if we can get this midfield player in, you know, he's a Premier League player in the waiting. He's worth €20 million. Surely he can only improve the squad, and if it's an option to buy, if we get to the Premier League, even better. So watch this space on that one. Like I always say, if any news comes out or there's any developments moving forward, I'll jump straight on and maybe do a short or another video. But Enzo Le Fee looking more and more likely it's going to happen. So fingers crossed we'll get that one over the line. That's about it from me. So please like, share and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe button now. It's greatly appreciated, everybody who watches these videos. Watch out for the match review coming out from the Stoke game. Hopefully we'll be through to the next round. But I'll not lose any sleep if we're not the end of the world. Burnley's got to be the focus the week after to get back on this promotion trail. But thanks for watching. Take it easy, stay safe, and we'll speak soon. Ta-ra.